Hi, I'm students and welcome back in this session. Today we'll be continuing with the lesson that is the adventures of Toto from our supplementary reader Moments. In the previous class we had seen that grandfather had purchased or bought this monkey named Toto from a Tonga driver for just rupees 5. Also, he was very fond of animals as he had a private zoo in his house. So, he had a good collection of animals in his zoo. So, he wanted to add Toto the monkey to his private zoo. Also, the monkey was very attractive, so he was very fond of Toto. However, Toto had created a lot of nuisance at home. He was kept a secret from grandmother because she was not very much fond of animals and the way grandfather used to bring animals home. He was kept in a closet. However, the pranks continued. He had torn the blazer of the author, the narrator, that is Ruskin Bond, and created lot of problems. However, to avoid this, grandfather had to take Toto along with him to Saharanpur where he had to go to collect his pension. He was placed in a bag so that he is not out and creating problems everywhere. But the ticket collector saw this and saw Toto and felt that this was a dog and grandfather had to pay a fare for the monkey too. Now in this class, now let's see what type of pranks, what nuisance did Toto create now at home. Before beginning, I will just remind you to keep a book and a pen ready so that you could note down important points. So students, let's begin. When Toto was finally accepted by grandmother, he was given a comfortable home in the stable where he had for a companion the family donkey Nana. On Toto's first night in the stable, grandfather paid him a visit to see if he was comfortable. So finally, grandmother accepted Toto, and after this, she gave permission and she asked that Toto could be put up in the stable along with the family donkey named Nana. He was unable to adjust with the other animals, so he started staying with Nana the donkey. So on the first night, grandfather just paid him a visit to see whether he was actually comfortable or not in the stable. To his surprise, he found Nana without apparent cause pulling at her halter and trying to keep her head as far as possible from a bundle of hay. Grandfather gave Nana a slap across her haunches and she jerked back, dragging Toto with her. So what's an halter here? It's a rope that you tie to the head of the animal to keep it intact. So here, what did the grandfather find? That Nana was trying to pull her own halter and trying to go away from the bundle of hay and trying to do something because she was not very comfortable out there. At this point, grandfather was very angry and he slapped her on the haunches and she jerked back and started dragging Toto along with her. She was dragging her right away and trying to run away from that place. He had fastened on to her long ears with his sharp little teeth. Toto and Nana never became friends. A great treat for Toto during cold winter evenings was the large bowl of warm water given him by grandmother for his bath. So now actually Toto had bitten or was trying to bite the ears of the donkey and was irritating the donkey. So Nana was dragging Toto along. However, they both never became friends. They were never friendly at home. Now, moving further, here we see that Toto's favorite pastime was during the winter evenings. He got a large bowl of water which was given to him by grandmother for his bath. He enjoyed this bath. He would cunningly test the temperature with his hand, then gradually step into the bath, first one foot, then the other, as he had seen me doing, until he was into the water up to his neck. Once comfortable, he would take the soap in his hands or feet and rub himself all over. So he used to imitate. You know, monkeys imitate a lot. So he had seen the narrator doing the same. He had seen the narrator checking the temperature of the water and then getting into the bathtub for having a bath. So he would do the same thing. And once he is comfortable, he felt the water was quite warm to have a good bath. He would apply soap on his feet and rub himself all over with the soap, just like the narrator. When the water became cold, he would get out and run as quickly as he could to the kitchen fire in order to dry himself. If anyone laughed at him during this performance, Toto's feelings would be hurt and he would refuse to go on with his bath. So once the water became cold, he felt that chill, so he would run, get out of the bath and run quickly to the kitchen fire to dry himself and keep himself warm. And while doing this, if somebody laughed at him or mocked at him, he would be really hurt and he would decide not to have a bath again, not to go into the bath again. One day, Toto nearly succeeded in boiling himself alive. A large kitchen kettle had been kept on the fire to boil for tea, and Toto, finding himself with nothing better to do, decided to remove the lid. Finding the water just warm enough for a bath, he got in with his head sticking out from the open kettle. So his pranks continued out here. So one day he almost burnt or boiled himself alive. What did he do? He went into the kitchen. He saw the kettle out there on the fire, which was kept, the water was kept for tea. But he was unaware of this and he tried to open the lid. He found that this water was very warm and he could have a bath. So what did he do? He got into it and kept his head sticking out of the open kettle. What happened then? This was just fine for a while until the water began to boil. Toto then raised himself a little, but finding it cold outside, sat down again. He continued hopping up and down for some time until grandmother arrived and hauled him half boiled out of the kettle. So when he felt it was boiling, he felt it too hot, he used to come out of the kettle, and when he felt cold, again get into it. So this continued where he used to hop in and out of the kettle. However, when it started boiling a lot and at the right time, grandmother arrived and yelled, hauled him, yelled at him, shouted, screamed because he was almost half boiled and took Toto out of the kettle. If there is a part of the brain especially devoted to mischief, that part was largely developed in Toto. He was always tearing things to pieces. Whenever one of my aunts came near him, he made every effort to get hold of her dress and tear a hole in it. So it was considered that Toto's brain, which was especially devoted to mischiefs, was very well developed. He used to search things where he could play pranks and do some kind of mischief. So, whenever the narrator's aunt came near him, he would hold her dress and tear a hole in it, make a hole in it. So, everyone was really scared to even go near him. One day at lunchtime, a large dish of pulao stood in the center of the dining table. We entered the room to find Toto stuffing himself with rice. My grandmother screamed, and Toto threw a plate at her. One of my aunts rushed forward and received a glass of water in the face. So, one such incident that took place was there was a large dish of pulao kept in the table, and when Toto saw this, he came. He was stuffing himself with the rice. So, grandmother screamed at him, and at that moment, Toto threw a plate at her. He was getting violent. Also, aunts were rushing and tried to take a glass of water and pour it. What happened? When grandfather arrived, Toto picked up the dish of pulao and made his exit through a window. We found him in the branches of the jackfruit tree, the dish still in his arms. He remained there all afternoon, eating slowly through the rice, determined on finishing every grain. So, as soon as the grandfather arrived at the scene, Toto picked that dish of pulao and just rushed out. He exited through the window and he went and sat on the branch of a jackfruit tree. He still had that dish in his arms. He remained there, he sat there and was eating the rice slowly and was bent on finishing every grain of that particular dish. He wanted to completely eat that pulao. And then, in order to spite grandmother, who had screamed at him, he threw the dish down from the tree and chattered with delight when it broke into 100 pieces. So again, in order to spite grandmother, in the sense trouble her or make her irritated, he started screaming. He threw the dish from the tree at her and was chattering throughout when the dish broke into 100 pieces. So he was enjoying this moment where grandmother was feeling really frustrated. Obviously, Toto was not the sort of pet we could keep for long. Even grandfather realized that. So grandfather felt that he is not the sort of pet we can keep at home because really troublesome and it's very difficult to manage a monkey as a pet at home. We were not well to do and could not afford the frequent loss of dishes, clothes, curtains and wallpaper. So grandfather found the Tonga driver and sold Toto back to him for only 3 rupees. So they were not economically well off, because they're not very well to do. So grandfather also felt that they couldn't afford this kind of loss where their dishes, clothes, curtains, wallpapers were all getting disturbed. They were broken by Toto. He was troubling. The entire scene at home was different. So grandfather decided to sell Toto back. He found the Tonga driver from whom he had purchased or bought Toto. He had bought Toto for 5 rupees, but now he sold him back to the Tonga driver for only 3 rupees. So we can see in this story that a pet needs to be manageable. You need to keep a pet who can be managed at home And that is what Ruskin Bond has tried to explain in this story. The different adventures that Toto had at home and how the people at home dealt with that. Students, so now let's see what the moral or what the message of this story is. In the story, you could see the grandfather is nature loving, patient, and also loves animals wholeheartedly. He used to enjoy the company of animals. It teaches us that we should love nature and its creatures and not to harm them. We need to love nature and not to harm these creatures. We have to be very close to nature. Also, it shows that not animals can adapt to human way of life. It shows that not all animals can actually adapt to human way of life. They cannot understand the human patterns of behavior. Not all animals. So it requires great deal of patience and skill to train animals to acquire non-destructive behavior. So you have to be really patient. You need to have that particular skill to train any animal so that they are non-destructive. So before we have a pet at home, when you decide to have a pet at home, you need to actually consider and understand whether that particular animal who is going to come to your place as a pet should be able to adapt to your way of life, and also you need to be able to adjust and understand that particular animal patiently. You need to be able to train these animals patiently. So now let's just go through the value points, that is the summary of the entire lesson. You can just have a look at the slides and take them down. So here we can see the narrator's grandfather had purchased this monkey that is named Toto from a Tonga driver to add to his private zoo. It was very mischievous. The monkey was really mischievous. Also, when he had to go to Saharanpur to get his pension, he had to carry the monkey along with him in a bag, concealed in a bag, because he couldn't be left at home. As at that point, grandmother had not accepted the monkey. However, he was caught by the ticket collector and he had to pay a fare for that particular monkey also. He had to pay a fare. Finally, we saw that grandmother accepted him and Toto had to stay with the donkey, that is Nana the donkey, in the stable. But however, they did not become friends at all. They couldn't adjust with each other. Also, we saw that Toto was very fond of having a bath. He enjoyed having bath in a warm water, which was given to him by grandmother. He almost had boiled himself alive when he climbed into the tea kettle, felt that it was the water kept for him for having a bath. So he was taken out immediately by grandmother so that he doesn't kill himself or die alive. However, his pranks, his antics continued. He tore clothes, he broke plates, utensils. He had taken away the dish of pulao and moved out and broken all the things at home. However, finally grandfather realized that Toto was not the type of pet we can keep at home, as they were not economically well off. So he felt that we need to return this back to the Tonga driver. So he sold it to him for just 3 rupees. So students, I hope you've understood the lesson and what care you need to take before you actually keep a pet at home. So you can just go through the lesson once and understand it better. So now after this, you will get a link wherein you need to answer the questions given and submit the same on that particular link. Thank you.